Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
Thank you so much for joining.
Evening, Mark.
Good evening, Sabina. Good evening, Kimon. Good evening, Brehan, Amaka. We else do have Asante, Atta, Bridget, Frida, Harry, Judith, Kenny, Monica. Good evening, Posh. Temi, good evening. Olu, good evening. So we're gonna wait for a few more minutes for people to join in, and then we can begin. But because it's Sunday, we're going to be doing both questions and also some hazard perception as well near the end. So a bit of everything for everybody. And during this session, if you have any questions, or if you have come across a question that you know you're not really understanding properly, please feel free to ask at any point. This is the whole point of these Zoom sessions so that you can improve your understanding and you can also improve on your scores. So thank you all the new people. Thank you everyone who joined as well. We're going to be doing I think I know some of you might not be on the school app yet, but you will be on there very soon. If you're not already on the WhatsApp group, please make sure you message me on this number so that you can join the WhatsApp group as well because it's super good. Okay. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please let me know. And if anyone's got their test coming up soon, let me know as well. Who's got a test? Just tell us the exact date, but who's got a test coming up in the next 2 weeks, let's say?
I
Who-
have one on 12th of August. Monica?
Um, I'm
Okay,
writing on the 20th. This is Posh. I'll be writing on the 20th of August.
okay, so quite a few people.
Mine is 13th.
Okay. What types of scores are you guys getting on your mock tests, if you don't mind me asking?
The first time I wrote, this is Posh. First time I wrote, I scored 39,
Mm-hmm.
39 and 34.
Okay, but I mean, right now, are you doing mock tests right now?
Yes, I'm doing the mock test and I'm still struggling. I'm stuck at 40 all the time, 40.
40.
Yeah.
And your test is when?
On the 20th of August.
Okay, so you've still got time.
Yeah.
Have you gone through the online course yet?
No, because I don't have the link to get to the school.
Right, okay. Have you checked your promotions folder?
On my email.
Yeah, so in your email, you've got the main pl place where you get your emails, right? But
Yes.
then there's also a promotions folder. Check in
Okay.
there. If you still can't find it, send me your email address again on WhatsApp, and then I'll re-invite you again.
Okay. I will
Because
do
it's really
just that.
important that you do this, okay? Because that will improve your score. If your score is not improving, you have to be doing this, and then that's going to improve your understanding.
Okay.
Okay. Once you've signed up, make sure you go into the theory test training and do all these modules. And when you
Okay.
finish them, then do some more mock tests, and by then we should see some improvement in your scores.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure
Thank
please
you.
you message me so that I can add you on there. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
No worries. How is one supposed to score on mock tests and be ready for the
I think
test?
mine is
Hello? Daisy, that's a very
yeah, I
good
said mine
question.
is on the 12th.
12th. Is it 12th?
Yeah,
What
12th
kind
of
of what kind of
August.
scores are you getting on mock tests?
I do score sometimes. I said 12th of August.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do get the lowest I do get 42. If I do is 42, 43, 46, 48, 47. But the least so far is 42.
At least it's 42, but mostly it's 46, 47, 48 is what I'm
Yes.
saying. Okay. So that
Yeah,
links me to talk about what Daisy's asking. So for you guys,
mine is
you should
Tuesday.
be aiming for 46 and above
Yeah.
consistently. So for you
Yeah.
to consider doing a test, I wouldn't go if I'm not getting less, if I'm getting less than 46 all the time. But if you're getting 46 and above all the time, that's a good place to be. And once you start getting those scores, you want to really work on understanding the questions as well. So not just, memorizing the answers, but actually understanding them. So once you get in 46 and above, aim for that, yeah? Asante, yours is on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, Asante, I think you're good already. Just need to make sure that I think we talked about it last time. Just
Yeah,
read the questions properly, okay? Because
yeah,
from what I've seen, you answering questions,
yeah,
you seem quite like ready, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I think the main advice for you would be to make sure that you are actually reading every single question really properly. Don't rush. Can I
yeah.
ask, do you know how long you took last time when you did your test? Roughly.
I think it took me like 30 minutes. I think I
30.
rushed. I rushed.
30.
Yeah, 30. No, I think 25 to 30 minutes. I think I rushed. That's why.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
think
got
I
lots of
rushed.
time. You got like an hour to do it.
Yeah, I rushed.
So you can go back and go through questions again and just and
Yeah,
only change the ones that you're really sure that you should change. Sometimes
yeah,
people get cold feet and then they change the answer even though they're right.
yeah.
Yeah, only change the ones that you're like, okay, this is not quite
Mm,
right. Let me change this one. Or I made a mistake of reading this question. Let me change the answer. And
yeah,
just don't change too much, okay?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Daisy. You want to be getting 46 and above, okay? Um, it's yeah, so like it's like 57 minutes for the theory test, and then you get about 15 minutes for the hazard perception. So the whole test is over an hour, but the hazard perception you can't control how long you have because it's based on the videos. But the questions you have an hour, but most people finish it in like 20 minutes or so because they go through so quickly. But I wouldn't do it that fast. I would take my time and read every single question, every single word properly and carefully. You have so much time to deal with the test. You don't ever need to rush. Okay.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Irene, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Is it okay for me to share my feedback?
Oh yeah, you passed. Is it today or yesterday?
On Saturday.
Okay, congratulations, by the way. Yes, please share some of your knowledge and advice.
Yes, yes, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I didn't think I would actually got 49, and that
Wow.
was really grateful. And what you just said is very, very important, that
Mm.
read your questions. And I took your advice and took a voiceover option.
Mm-hmm.
And for every question that I was unsure, I flagged it.
Good.
And after I finished my test, I went to review all the questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I used about 40, maybe 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you read the question, because there's one question, um, and I think they're changing. So if you don't understand, you may feel like confused, but you're not supposed to just crane. There's that sign where it's waiting with restrictions.
Mm.
So they only put that sign, but they only said no waiting, no stopping, and no loading, and there's something else. If
Mm.
you don't understand that, even if the word restriction is not there, that sign
Mm.
is for no waiting. You may
It means the
actually
same
go for
thing.
the no stopping.
Yeah.
Yes. But I picked that up after I was reviewing the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is very, very important. And with hazard, I did most of my video reviews on the DVSA theory app.
Mm-hmm.
They have about maybe 30 videos, and at least you have at least 10 or I don't know, some which will be very, very similar to the ones on the test. So I would encourage everyone as well, on top of what you always tell us to do, like
Mm-hmm.
just do and take your time. Take your time. Don't just click on anything and everything that is moving. So yeah, but as you just said, I'm not going to say anything more. Is read to understand and not to crane, because they have
Exactly.
changed quite a number of questions on based on understanding and not cramming.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very good advice. Thank you so much, Irene.
Thank you.
And big well
Thank you
done
so
again.
much, and
49 is
good
great.
luck to everyone. I can log out now.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Great score as well, 49. Yeah, so you heard there from someone who just passed, guys. It's super important to make sure you're reading the questions carefully. I can't stress that enough, okay? I think we've got enough people in now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through some questions that you guys have been sending in on the group chat. I really like it when you guys do this, so please carry on sending questions into the group chat. So if you come across questions that you're not sure about, or you got questions that you got wrong, or you don't understand why you got it wrong, please send it in the group chat so we can go through them together like this because it does help a lot. Let's get straight into it. What does this motorway sign mean? So let's put the answers in the chat, please, so that we can make it orderly. Yeah? Okay, lots of you are saying C. If you're not in the group chat yet, please message me on WhatsApp so that I can add you, okay? And this one, yeah, C is correct. Yeah, temporary maximum speed limit of 50 miles per hour. So this is something that they'll put on the motorway normally, or maybe dual carriageways even, just to let you know that normally, what's the normal speed on the motorway when it's national speed? Yeah, good. So normally it's 70. So they'll put this on there to let you know, guys, it's not 70 anymore. Right now it's 50 miles per hour. Okay, well done, guys. Some people get confused. I've never seen a temporary minimum speed, by the way. So you can just forget about temporary minimum speed. There are minimum speed areas, but not temporary ones though. Okay, so you can ignore that one. Um, yes, but this one's about speed because it's got a number in there, yeah. And what is the speed limit on this road for a car towing a caravan? So this would be one of those ones where it's a video and then they will ask what the speed limit is. What do you think the speed limit here is? The answer's not here, by the way, just in case you lot are confused. I think the answer, you have to scroll down to see the answer. Franny, good evening. Franny, did you message me on WhatsApp recently? So here, okay, I'll message you back when I come off here, okay? 50 is the correct answer, okay? Why is it not 60? Because some people are saying 60, but why is it 50 and not 60? Yeah, because it's 10 miles an hour less. Yeah, so first of all, it's a single carriageway. It's not a motorway, it's a single carriageway. And because it's towing a trailer or a caravan, it's going to be 50 miles per hour. Okay. Let me just show you a bit more about what this means, okay? So if you go back to the classroom and then we type in speed limit, so you can just type in speed, this will come up, the speed limit signs. And then you should watch these videos, by the way, okay? Because these explain quite a bit. And then also, I think some people didn't realize that there's also this part here. This is really important as well because it explains a lot more stuff, but just in an easier way to understand it, okay? So if you're talking about let me ask you guys actually, what's the main difference between a single carriageway and a dual carriageway? What's the main difference between a single carriageway and a dual carriageway? Not so much the lanes, no. It's not the lanes, it's something else. Good try though, Amaka. I have a problem with solid white lines on the side of the road.
They have barrier and
Yeah, so there's a barrier on the dual carriageway. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Amaka. Thank you, Harry. I'm not sure if that's actually Harry or just using Harry's phone. There's a barrier in the middle, okay? So when you're talking about dual carriageway or even motorway, a motorway is a type of dual carriageway, but I don't want to get too complicated and confuse you guys, but just understand that a motorway is a kind of dual carriageway, but they're also a bit different as well. So when you look at this picture here, this is a dual carriageway. Okay, it has something in the middle that separates one side with the other side. So the grass in the middle here, or the metal barrier here, or it could be concrete. As long as it's something physical that you can't drive over, it's a central reservation. Okay, it's a physical barrier that separates the two sides. So that's what you'd class as a dual carriageway. Motorways have the same as well. Okay, but when it comes to single carriageways now, there's no physical barrier separating the two sides. Okay, so we've got this one going up that way, and then we've got cars coming down this way, and there's nothing separating them apart from this line in the middle of the road. Okay, even if there's like lots of lines here, but there's no physical barrier, this will still be classed as a single carriageway. Okay, it will still be classed as a single carriageway. So we know that dual carriageways and motorways have um, 70 mile an hour speed limit for the national speed. So that's for dual carriageways and motorways. And then single carriageways are 60. And then for both of them, all you need to do when you're towing a trailer is take away 10. Okay, so if it's a dual carriageway, it's going to be 60 miles per hour. If it's a single carriageway, it's going to be 50 miles per hour. Okay, is everyone understanding that one so far? And then when it comes to motorways and dual carriageways, there are a few differences. Okay, so let me just pull up the one that shows you the differences. So if I go here, okay, so I'll show you a picture as well. But on a dual carriageway, you can turn right, but on a motorway, you can't turn right. On a dual carriageway, there's a central reservation, like I just explained. On a motorway, there's also a central reservation. On a dual carriageway, there's no hard shoulder, but on a motorway, there is a hard shoulder. Okay. And then the signs are different colors as well. That's one of the main ways you can tell. There's also some, I might update this because dual carriages have roundabouts, motorways don't. Dual carriages have traffic lights, motorways don't. Okay, that's the main difference between those. And I think someone was asking about the lines on the edge of the road. So if you go to that speed limit one again, you get a picture of it, I think. So the white line on the edge of the road just tells you, like here, this one here, it just tells you that this is the edge of the road, and then the rest of it is like, grass or pavement. It's just a way of telling you that the road is not here, but it ends right where the white line is. Okay, it's just like a visual, reminder that this is where the road ends, basically. The edge of the road, or the way they say it, the edge of the carriageway. Okay. There's not too many, it's not that complicated with the white line on the side because there's no different ones. It's just the same everywhere. You're not gonna get like yellow lines where it's like sometimes single, sometimes double. It's always gonna be one single line like this telling you that it's the edge of the road. Okay. So if you come back to this picture, because it's a single carriageway, there's no central reservation. We know straight away, okay, there's no barrier, so it has to be a single carriageway. And if it's a single carriageway, it's going to be 60. But the question is saying it's towing a caravan, so therefore it's going to be 50. It's super important to read all the questions, all the whole question, because if you just read the top part, oh yeah, I know this answer, yeah, and then you go straight to 60. But if you read every single word, then you see, okay, this changes everything. Now the answer has to be different. So that's why I have to stress that you guys really read the whole question, okay? What should you do before making a U-turn? This is one of the questions that's on the hardest questions quiz in the school app because people get this wrong all the time. And they choose B a lot. But there is no such thing as road markings that tell you whether you can do a U-turn or not. Okay. There are going to be signs sometimes telling you that you can't turn, that you can't do a U-turn. Yeah. There are sometimes road signs like on a lamppost that tell you that you can't do a U-turn, but there are no road markings on the floor that tell you that or tell you that you can or can't. Okay, so this thing doesn't exist. But looking over your shoulder for a final check is a thing that you should do before making a U-turn. Okay. So first of all, do you guys know what a U-turn is? Do you guys know what a U-turn is, yeah? So just turning your car around to face the other way and it makes like a U shape. Okay, let me show you just quickly so you guys can fully understand, okay? So let's say you're this red car on this road and you want to turn your car around A U-turn, can I draw on this? I can draw, yeah. A U-turn would just be like you bringing your car like this and then turning it around like this. Yeah. And it's called a U-turn because you see it's shaped like a U. It's upside down, but it's shaped like a U. That's why it's called a U-turn because you just turn in one big turn and face this way, and then you can start driving around this way. Okay, that's why it's called a U-turn. And you want to check your shoulder in case there's anybody going past you here before you make that turn. Okay, does that make a bit more sense now, Eden? If there's no sign indicating no turn, you can do it. Exactly, yes. Um, no problem. What does it mean if the electronic stability control indicator light comes on briefly while you're driving? Let's answer this without looking at the options. So let's put it in the chat, please. What's the answer for this one? Gayoni saying activated. Amaka saying activated. Confidence saying activated. Yes, good. So it has been activated, okay? Which means the car has done something. The car has detected that you're about to lose control, and then it's helped you by making small adjustments to the car. Maybe the wheels, it does something to the car to make you not lose control. And when it does that, you won't even notice that it's done it. So it tells you by putting this light on that you nearly lost control, but I helped you to stay on the road. Okay. What should you or when should you flash your headlights at other road users? So we have A, B, C, or D. Yeah, good. So D is the correct answer. Most people that haven't done the theory test before, they'll choose this answer. Why do you think a lot of people choose C? I think this person chose C as well. Why do you think most people will choose C when they first come across this question? Why do you reckon most people will choose this one? Yeah, Amaka, well done. This is what people do all the time. So when you're in your parents' car growing up, or in your friend's car, you see them doing this, you flash people to say, yeah, come through, come through. But it's not the proper way of like driving. Yeah, so this is D is the proper way. It's there to let people know that you're there. Okay. You've just passed your driving test. What's the maximum authorized mass of any trailer that you can tow? Amaka is going for D. Franny's going for D. Saeed's going for D as well. Tammy's going for D. Lots of you are saying 3,500. Yeah. And 3,500 is correct. Well done, guys. Okay. Do you guys understand what this is talking about? And what it means? Didn't know this. Okay. All right. Let's go through it together, okay? That's why you guys are here, so we can work this out together. All right. So if I share this screen with you now, so the answer was 3,500, yeah? So let's say you have a trailer. So this is the trailer that you're pulling, okay? And because you just passed your test, you are restricted to the maximum authorized mass of 3,500. Yeah. So 3,500 kgs. That's the maximum authorized mass that you can have. But what that means is your trailer, along with anything that you're carrying in there, yeah, can't weigh more than 3,500. Okay. So let's say this trailer weighs 1,000 kilograms, just for example. Yeah, it might not weigh that, but let's just use that as an example, okay? So the trailer weighs 1,000 kgs. How much now can you put in your trailer? What's the maximum you can put in your trailer now? Some of you are saying 2,500. Good, yeah. It's a bit of maths involved. So if you're here thinking, wait, I did maths a long time ago, I thought I'll never do maths again, you're wrong. Maths always useful, yeah. So 2,000 kilograms is the correct answer because those two combined will give you 3,000 kilograms or 3,500. Okay. So if you're to do like shopping or something like that and you go to B&Q with your trailer or wherever you've gone and all this stuff that you're going to put in your trailer, it can't weigh more than, with this stuff and your trailer together, can't weigh more than 3,500 kilograms. Otherwise, you'd be breaking the law. Okay. How would you weigh it? You first of all, you know the weight of your trailer, and then you roughly know how much you're carrying in the goods as well. Yeah. I don't think they expect you to like carry a scale around so you can measure how much everything weighs, but you roughly know that you know about what the weight is. Okay. But they can measure it on the motorway. Sometimes the traffic officers can pull you to like a station where they've got like a weighing machine. They usually do that for lorries, but if they see that you're driving a trailer that's quite fully loaded, they might take you to that place. And then if it's more than this, then you may have an issue. Okay, so it's not easy for you to measure, but for them it's quite easy to measure. What does this sign mean? Sorry, one second. What does this sign mean? Okay, so I see some people saying D, some are saying C, some are saying B, but most of you are saying C. So C and why not B? Okay, so C is correct. Okay, well done everyone who said C, trams crossing ahead. So with these signs, I think people don't realize the way the thing is placed in the sign matters as well. So look at the way that the tram is going side to side. Yeah, it's going from this side to that side, or from left to right, or right to left. So it's going across. Okay, if it was oncoming trams, I've never seen a sign like that, but if it was, you'd have the tram facing us. Can you guys think of any other sign that's like that? It doesn't have to be about trams, but there's another sign where the thing I'm talking about is kind of facing you or away from you. Can you guys think of that sign?
Train.
Is there a train one as well? I haven't seen a train one, but the one I'm thinking of, if we go back to the school and then we go for similar, sorry, similar signs. Hopefully it's gonna be there. Yeah, yeah, this one here. See this sign here? Do you see how it's different from the one on the left? The one on the left, the person's walking across, but this one, they're facing us or they're walking away from us, which means something different. Now it means the people are walking in the road, whereas this one's walking across the road. So it's the same for that tram. This tram is going across. Okay, does that make more sense now why it's C and not B? Yes, good. What will reduce fuel consumption? So we can see the answer here already. So the person chose staying in lower gears, but the correct answer was driving more slowly. Yeah. Do you guys remember that question? Amaka, this question confuses you. Could you let me know what about this question confuses you, Amaka? Just so maybe other people can get help as well. Because you might be thinking the same thing that other people are thinking. Confidence gets confused as well. If you guys can let me know, what about this kind of question confuses you? If you know, like, okay, that the gears. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the classroom again. So remember, all this stuff is in the classroom that I've been showing you. So if you go through the whole course, you should be a bit more enlightened about this, okay? So this one was about gears. It's about fuel consumption, wasn't it? Fuel. Fuel economy. Hopefully this is in there as well. Okay, so this is about tires. I might update this PDF so you guys can see this. Let me upload something else. 1 second, guys, okay? Fuel economy and gears. Yeah, I think I need to update that PDF so that it includes some of these other things as well. All right, let's quickly go through this just so you guys can understand a bit more. Okay. So let's look at this question here. What burns more fuel? Yeah, it's in fuel economy, but I need to update it so you have this as well. Yeah, lower gears. Yeah, lower gears is correct. But let's see why the lower gears burn more fuel. So when we're talking about lower gears, so like gear one, two, they're quite low gears. If you've ever been standing in the road or even in your house and you hear a car making lots of noise as it's driving past, it means they're driving in a low gear at high revs. Yeah. So the lower the gear is, and if you're pressing lots of gas, the car's gonna go a bit faster, but it's gonna be making lots of noise as well. And when it's doing that, it's gonna be burning more fuel. Okay. So the higher the revs, the more noise it's making, the more fuel it's burning. And usually you get that in the low gears. Okay. But then the higher gears, they usually have low revs and they don't make that much noise. So if you see the same car going past you a different day, doing the same speed, but now it's not making as much noise, it means that person that's driving is in a higher gear now, like maybe gear three or four or five. And by doing that, they're having to burn less fuel. Okay. So the higher the noise the car's making, the more fuel is burning. And usually it's because they are in a low gear. Okay. What does it mean by RPMs or revs? It just means how fast. Oh, I'm I'm telling you, but the answers is there for you guys to have a look. Yeah. So lots of you are saying A. I forgot this was like an interactive slide. Yeah, A is correct. Yeah. So revs or RPMs is like revolutions per minute, how fast the engine is spinning. So the faster the engine is spinning, the more fuel you're burning. Does that make a bit more sense now? Yeah? Okay. Um, sorry, I can't see the screen. So what does this white arrow on the road mean? What does this white arrow on the road mean? So lots of you are saying C, C, C. Yeah, well done, guys. C is correct. And I think with this one, people get confused because they don't realize that this is a two-way road. Yeah, they don't realize that this is the left side is for people going up the road, and the right side is for people that are coming down the road. But sometimes when you're overtaking, you might be on this side of the road trying to go past and trying to go past on this side, and then you go back to the left when you've overtaken. So this arrow is telling you that if you are on this side and you're overtaking somebody, you shouldn't be on this side anymore. Now it's time to go back to your side of the road. Don't be on this side anymore because it's now time for you to go back to your side of the road. That's why the answer is return to your side of the road. And based on this picture, Why do you think this arrow is telling you to go back to your side of the road, especially around here? Well done, yes. Good. So if you look ahead there, there's a bend, isn't there? And it's not a good idea to be on the wrong side of the road on a bend. Extremely dangerous. So now this arrow is telling you, go back to your side. Don't be on this side anymore. Yeah, if you be restricted, other people coming around the bend won't see you until it's too late. So you need to be back on your side. Okay. There's an answer that says overtaking vehicle should be turned to the left. Yeah, yeah. So the only reason to be on this side is because you're overtaking somebody. You shouldn't be on this side anyway. So if you see an answer saying and the overtaking vehicle should be turned to the left, it's the same thing. Yeah. Thank you, Daisy, for that, because sometimes when people see this, they don't realize that it means the same thing. So that's a uh good point that you raised there, because sometimes the same answer will be written a bit differently. What can you or how can you use your vehicle's engine as a brake? Santi's going for A, Franny's going for A, Yanni, Helen going for A, confidence. Everyone is going for A. Very good, guys. Yeah, it's by selecting or by changing to a lower gear. Okay. Um, so let's say you are going downhill in third gear, for instance. Third gear is gonna be good for like 20 to 30 miles per hour. Yeah. 20 to 30 miles per hour. So if you're not pressing anything, let's say you're not pressing your pedals, you're just letting the car roll down the hill in third gear, the car by itself, because of the engine, because of the gear that you're in, is going to stick around like between 20 and 30 miles per hour down that hill. But if you change to second gear, because that gear is more for like 10 to 20 miles per hour, the car, again, if you don't press anything, you're not pressing the brake, you're not pressing the gas, you're not pressing the clutch, it's just second gear controlling your speed down the hill, it will try to do around 10 to 20 miles per hour because that's the range for that gear. So by changing it, if you go to gear one, it's going to go even slower down that hill. Yeah, but if you go to a higher gear, it's not gonna slow down that much because those gears are for higher speeds. So that's what it means by using your engine as a brake, because the car itself will naturally slow down based on the gear that you're in. Does that make sense? This one's a bit complicated. So if you're finding it a bit hard to understand this, um, I've made a video specifically about this, okay? So if you come out of here and then just type in gears, this video here explains about engine braking and about coasting. I'll give you it shows you different examples of the different gears and what they do as well. So have a look at this when you get a chance. It's a bit more visual so you can actually see what's happening. Because me just using words, this is a complicated subject unless you've done manual lessons before. Even if you've driven before, it's still hard to understand. But if you watch that
Yeah,
video,
it's a complicated one, that one.
yeah. But if you watch that video, it demonstrates what happens when you're not engine braking, or what happens when you're coasting, what happens when you're going downhill in first gear, and so forth. And it explains exactly what's going on with the engine braking. You're about to go down a steep hill. What should you do to control the speed of your vehicle? So this is again linked to this is the same kind of question, yeah? So this is talking about engine braking, but this is the same thing again. It's talking about engine braking again, but just in a different way. Yeah. So what's the answer for this one, guys?
See,
Let's type it out, please.
oh, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, by selecting a lower gear and using your brakes carefully, yeah? So whenever you're thinking about engine braking, the answer is always going to be lower gears. Okay? So if you ever come across a question about engine braking, just think to yourself, lower gears. Okay? That's an easy way to think of it. The lower gears are always better for engine braking. Okay, if you're confused about the question.
Please, this one is clear. The fuel consumption, can you come again?
The fuel consumption.
Yeah.
Okay, so fuel consumption, to simplify it, lower gears burn more fuel, higher gears burn less fuel. Okay, that's the simplest way to think of it. The lower gears are going to burn more fuel because they're more powerful. The lower gears are going to burn less fuel because they're not as powerful. Okay, that's a simplistic way of thinking of it.
Thank you.
No worries. On what type of road surface may anti-lock brakes be ineffective? Amaka, Santi, all going for B. Franny's going for B as well. B, B, B. Good. B is correct. With this one, loose, this was my question, but I know the definition of a loose road. You know or you don't know the definition of a loose road? Okay, let me show you, okay? You do, okay. So when we're talking about a loose surface, we are talking about something like this, okay? Let me find it 1 second. So if you look at this kind of road, this is what you call like a gravel road, like a rough road. Yeah, well done, Helena. Where there's like stones or sand or soil. It's not compact like tar. So that's why we call it loose. And if you brake hard on this with ABS, your tires will have nothing to grip to. The tires will have nothing to grip onto because it's just like a loose surface. But on a road like this is a perfect road for ABS. Yeah, the car can grip onto this road easily and stop your car nicely. Okay, does that make a bit more sense now? If lower gears are more powerful, why use lesser speed? Without getting too scientific or complicated, they're powerful because they are better at moving the car off from like a standstill. So gear one is the most powerful, even though it's the slowest. So it's better at moving the car because that takes a lot of energy. But once the car is already moving, it doesn't take that much energy to make it go faster. So the lower gears are more powerful, but the higher gears, they're not that strong. They are they're more there to keep the car moving, to keep it rolling, whereas the lower gears are more for accelerating and going faster. Okay? So once you're already moving, it doesn't take much energy to go faster and keep the car moving. Just like, I'm not sure if any of you guys have ridden a bicycle before. How many people have ridden a bicycle in this Zoom right now? Yeah. A bicycle with gears, yeah. So with those ones, when you first start off, you have to use gear one. Yeah, so Amika saying gear 7 is tough, exactly. So because of that, we use like gear 1 to move off because it's a lot easier. Yeah, and then but once you start moving, then you go into gear 7, it's not that hard, is it? Once you go faster and then you go into gear 7, it's not that hard. That's exactly the same principle with cars. Yeah, once you start moving a bit faster, it's not that hard to then go faster in the higher gears. But to try and move off in 7 is going to be very, very difficult. Same principle, okay? You're driving on a quiet motorway. Which advanced driver assistance system is most likely to help you?
I can see.
Sorry, can you guys see this? Yeah,
No,
you can see the question.
yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. Some of you are going for B. Some of you are saying D. Helen is going for B. Helena is going for B as well. Monica is going for C. Correct answer is going to be B. Okay. B is the correct answer. Um, lane departure warning. So this is some new cars have this where it's a system where if you're about to leave your lane by mistake, this will basically warn you that you're about to leave the lane. Especially on a quiet motorway, you might be too relaxed, and then before you know it, you start drifting out of your lane. Um, yeah, that's why, because on a quiet motorway, you're gonna be sometimes people get too relaxed. But when it's really busy, you're more alert. There's cars next to you, you know? So you're trying to keep your lane so you're not gonna crash into anyone. But if it's too quiet, it's so easy to just, drift off and then start drifting off out of your lane. What would cause, or what should you do to reduce the risk of your vehicle catching fire? The person has chosen the right answer, which is check out any strong smell of fuel. I'm guessing they wanted an explanation about this. Can anyone explain this? Or try to explain this?
So when
Especially
you have
Amaka.
if
Sorry?
there's fuel leakage, when there's leaks of fuel, it might
Mm,
spread. It spreads into the car.
mm,
So when it spreads into your car, you start feeling the smell, and it should give you alert that you are at risk of fire.
mm. Good. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's in your car. So if you start smelling fuel, it means you might have a fuel leak somewhere. And petrol is extremely flammable. Okay. So which means that it can catch fire very, very easily. So let's say you can smell petrol around you. It means that you've got a leak somewhere. And if there's a leak and any little spark, maybe you might hit like a speed bump wrong, or a stone hits your car, or even just like a hot day. If there's fuel leaking from your car, there's a strong chance that your car is going to catch fire. Okay. That's why the answer is check out any strong smell of fuel, because sometimes you might smell a bit of fuel because you just put some petrol in. But if your car stinks of petrol, then you need to check it out because your petrol might be leaking and then it might catch fire. Yeah. Does that make a bit more sense, Amaka?
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. You're performing cardiopulmonary resuscitation on a casualty. When should you stop CPR? So confidence is going for C. Daisy is going for C as well. Monica is going for C. C. Yes, C is correct. Yeah. When they start breathing or a healthcare professional takes over. So lots of people that I teach in this group, a lot of them have like a medical field background, so they'll know these answers easily. But if you're not around that kind of thing, this kind of question might not be so easy. Yeah, so 5 minutes, I don't think that's enough. You have to carry on and try to help them to bring them back to life until they start breathing, until someone comes. Yeah. This is also me, but I took it before I answered it, but I got it right anyway. Okay. What should you do before you tow a trailer for the first time? Okay, some people are saying D, some people are saying C. Good. Yeah, C is the correct answer. It used to be D, but they scrapped that. Before you tow the trailer, you had to take special training. You had to by force. But now it's like you don't have to, but that's why they say should. Yeah, you don't have to, but they say you should do it because it's a good idea. Before it was a must, but now it's like you should take professional training, but you don't have to do it. What should you do? Oh, it's the same question. What should you do if your anti-lock brakes warning light stays on? Good, yeah. D is the correct answer. Have the brakes checked immediately. So remember, the ABS is basically linked to your brakes because it's part of your braking system. And then a light might come on your dashboard telling you that the ABS is not working. Okay, let me just go back to the classroom. So if you go here and type in ABS, yeah, so this light will come on. It shouldn't stay on. If it comes on, it stays on. There's a problem with your braking system, and you've got to get it checked out. Okay. Any questions with those ones so far, guys? Okay. So we're gonna do maybe a couple of hazard perception, and then I'll let you guys have a good night because I know it's kind of late. So let's move on to do some hazard perception. If you're already kind of good at hazard perception, you don't have to stick around. If you're already good at it and you're not having any issues, don't change what you're doing, okay? But if you're not sure about this and you want a bit of extra help, then make sure you stick around. Okay. So as I always ask on every single time that we do this, on the hazard perception, what exactly are we looking for and when are we going to click? Because it's super important that you understand that first bit. What are we looking for and what are we going to click? Or when are we going to click, sorry. Any movement,
Anything that will make us slow when we are driving, slow down or stop.
yeah, anything that's gonna make us, I'm not gonna say things that will make us slow down or change lanes. I would say change direction, not necessarily change lanes, but change direction. Yeah, so anything that's gonna slow us down and change direction. Once we see that thing's going to affect us, that's when we click. So the wording that they use on the test is developing hazard, like Precious has said. But the definition of that is anything that's going to make you slow down or change direction. Usually an action by another driver or another road user, like an animal or a horse rider, bicycle, bike, car, lorry, anything that will make you slow down or change direction. Also, I've heard recently sometimes it could be even be a tree that's fallen in the road that also can be classed as a developing hazard. Okay, so we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna play the video, and then you're gonna imagine that you're on your hazard perception part of your theory test. When you see the thing that's going to affect us, I want you to say now, just like the time that you would click, just say the word now, and then we're going to review it together to see how much you'd have scored. Is everyone ready? So make sure your mic is unmuted, but if you're in a noisy area, please stay muted, okay? Or move away from that area. But let me play the video, and then when you see the hazard, say the word now, or you can type it out if you want as well.
Now,
No.
Now,
Okay, thank you.
Now, now, now.
now,
Now.
Now.
No.
now.
Okay. So a few different places where people said now, so this is going to be like an interesting review, and we'll see who scored what and where and why and how. So remember, once the hazard is passed, still stay ready in case there's another hazard, okay? Because one video on the test has two hazards in one video. So make sure you stay ready for any more, okay? So let's review this one again. So nothing's happening right around here for us to click. Even this car coming around the road, if you clicked now for this car, it's okay. You're not going to get penalized for that, but it's not the hazard. You're not going to score anything because it's not the hazard, okay? So quite a few people said now around
Now,
here, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah,
What made you say now around here?
because I can
Because
see
you
the
can
animal.
set the animal.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So a key part of when to click is when you know the thing's going to affect you.
Okay.
So right now, I'm not sure if you can see, but what's the animal doing right now?
Standing there.
Hmm. Looks like it's just standing around trying to get some grass on that side, isn't it? But as we get closer, yeah, now do you see what's it done now?
Lifted his head up.
Yeah,
Look forward.
lifted his head. So now things are gonna change, okay? So once it lifts his head, that's when I'll start clicking, okay? So
Okay.
at the moment, it's not doing anything that's gonna make us think it's gonna get in the way. But now it's lifted his head, I'll start clicking. But even when he lifted his head, it was still, if you clicked right as he lifted his head, how many points are you gonna get there?
There.
Get zero. Why would you get zero?
Because he still hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, because it's outside of the scoring window, yeah? So the scoring
Mm-hmm.
window is very small. And the person that made this video decided that the scoring starts from here and not here. Yeah. Why they chose that, we don't know. But to get around this issue, what we do is we do 3 clicks. Okay, so once we see that the thing's going to affect us, we'll do 3 clicks. And hopefully one of those 3 clicks will get us high marks. Okay, so let me show you in real time. So once I play and then I see the deer lift his head, I'll start clicking, okay? Click, click, click. Yeah, I'm not sure if you let me do that again. And notice what my first click is. Click, click, click. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not fast clicks. Like spaced out clicks.
My first click, how many points did I get?
0.
Yeah, my first click was worth 0. My second click was around here. I got 5 for that. And then my third click was like around here. Yeah.
Mm,
Now, the way I've done it now, how many points would I get?
3.
No, I'll get 5.
No, oh, my bad. I thought
I'll
you
get
meant like,
5. Yeah.
no.
Because the system is always going to give you the highest possible point where you clicked. Okay. So if I clicked, the first one was worth 0, the second one's worth 5, third one was worth 3. The system will think, okay, this person clicked on a 5, so therefore we'll give them 5 points, even though I clicked on 3 as well.
Mm,
Yeah. But where you don't want to mess it up is by doing too many clicks now. 3 is enough. You don't need to do any more than 3. So if I was to click, 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 and then click again now, something like that, you're gonna get 0 now because now they'll think you're cheating. You might not be trying to cheat intentionally, but the system will think, oh, this guy is trying to cheat. Yeah. So don't do more than 3, but you can do more than 3 for the whole clip. Let's say you've clicked for this car earlier, and let's say you made a mistake and clicked again here. Maybe clicked here again, but a bit too early. And then you realize, okay, click, 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 and then click again somewhere around here for whatever reason. If you spread out the clicks, it's not going to be so bad. But if you click everything in one go, then you're going to get penalized. Or if you're clicking all over the clip for no reason, you're also going to get 0 for that clip.
Can I ask how many clicks we can do like maximum?
They don't tell us.
Oh,
Yeah, we've asked that before when we were making the app, and because we wanted to program the app for the same amount of clicks, but they said it's a secret. They don't reveal it. I guess they're trying to stop people from cheating. So they tell people, they don't tell us how many clicks you're allowed. But what they did say is they don't want people to be afraid to click. Yeah, they said don't be afraid to click. So if you think you've seen a hazard, click on it. Then you realize, okay, it's not a hazard. If the thing that you clicked on or the time that you clicked, then the thing doesn't slow you down, it's not a hazard. Then you start looking for more for the actual hazard. Let me give you an example. So let's say for some reason you thought this car was the hazard, yeah? And then you clicked, and then it's not slowing you down. You didn't get in your way. You should know for certain that was not the hazard because your car didn't slow down. Okay. And now you should be ready for the actual hazard. Stay ready again for the one that will slow you down. So you keep looking for more things. Okay. Our first clue is those deer on the left there. So something might be coming up. Okay. What's that thing? That's a deer as well. Okay. Let me keep an eye on him. Is he going to slow me down? Yes, he is. Click, click, click. And then you see here, look, the car's going to slow down a bit. So you know for certain this was the hazard now. Because you see how the car slowed down? It came to a stop almost, yeah? So therefore, for certain, that was the hazard. It has to be something that slows you down. And then now you get ready again for any more because you never know which clip you're going to get has more than one hazard. It might be the first video that you get, it might be the 14th video, it might be the 7th, you never know. You just stay ready all the time for the one that's got two hazards. Okay, any questions, guys?
No.
Awesome. So I'd like you guys to try that out. If you're not good at hazard perception, yeah, if you're getting low scores, try that method out. If you're still getting low scores, it means you're clicking a bit too late. Yeah. So let's say I saw this deer and then I do three clicks from here. So click, click, click. I'm gonna get 2 points because the click that I got the highest one was here. I'm only gonna get 2 points. So if you're still getting low marks, it means you're clicking a bit too late. Try clicking a bit earlier and see what happens. But make sure you're using the 3-click method and then let me know how you guys are doing. Okay? Okay. So
Thank
we're
you
going
very
to be
much,
back
Mark.
here again on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. We're also going to be on TikTok on the same day at 6:30. So please join me on there. It's always good to see you guys on TikTok, by the way. And I know some of you have got different names on there. So if you're using a different name on TikTok, just let me know. Hi, Marcus, blah, blah, blah from the group. And then that way I can actually look out for your questions. Because when I see you guys on there, I'm always looking at the answers that you're giving. And then I can see, okay, this person might not be answering this question correctly. And then I might even message you on WhatsApp and be like, oh, okay, you're Amazonian. Okay, awesome. I didn't know that. Oh, GK. Okay, GK. Okay. Okay, now I can see. Yeah, so I'll look out for you guys and then I'll see if you are making any mistakes, then I can help you out a bit more on here. Okay, so many different names. You guys are like spies. You don't want to reveal your real names on TikTok, yeah?
I use it, it's Cham Cham. I use it Ifka Adunka for that TikTok.
Okay, okay. Yeah, let me know when you're on there, let me know, yeah?
All
So that I
right.
can recognize you guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark.
All right, guys, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. But you can message me anytime on WhatsApp whenever you want, and then I'll reply when I can, okay? Beams, same name, awesome. Okay, guys, I'll leave you guys to it and have a good night, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you so much, everybody. Check my WhatsApp. Yes, I'll do that. Confidence. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Okay. Thanks so much, guys. Bye. Blessing, you can join by messaging me on WhatsApp. Okay. This is my number. Message me on there, then I can add you to the WhatsApp group as well. All right. Okay. Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Bye.